So it really seems that these days, pretty much every single video I make has to do with a receiver in the Packers, because that's sort of the situation we're in right now. We are a wide receiver needy team, and that is for sure. And we have this report here that came out this morning that I want to cover. And as we know about lots of these reports in the NFL, sometimes they're not true. Sometimes they are true. So here's the report. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but this is what it says from Jordan Schultz on Twitter, saying sources, Cowboys, Packers, and Jets have all called Texans about wide receiver Brandin Cooks, while Rams and Raiders previously called before Allen Robinson/Davante Adams moves. Cooks only 28 years old, 6 1,000-yard seasons with 4 different QBs, 205 catches of 15-plus yards, 5th since 2014. So supposedly the Packers have made a call about Brandin Cooks. What does this mean? Well, obviously, it could mean something. It could mean nothing. Maybe they call and they're like, hey, Texans, can we have Brandin Cooks? And the Texans are like, give us your second-round pick. And Brian's like, no, that's way too much. We'll give you a third. They're like, no. Who knows? So maybe like they had that kind of conversation and maybe nothing is happening. But at the same time, there's also that chance that maybe they're in discussions right now. Maybe they're working things out, and maybe Brandin Cooks comes to the Packers. It's definitely a possibility. We saw that it came out after the not Davante Adams. He did get traded, but the Devontae Parker trade to the Patriots, it came out that the Packers were in conversation with the Dolphins before that trade happened. So it really does seem like the Packers are doing their due diligence with everyone, sort of trying to figure out, okay, maybe how much would this guy cost? Would this make sense for the Packers? And obviously other teams are doing as well. It's not just the Packers who have called about Cooks. It's also Cowboys and Jets as well have also called about Brandin Cooks. And so just thinking about the possibility of Brandin Cooks coming to Green Bay, I think it would make lots of sense. He's 28 years old. If you take a look at his time playing, 70% of his snaps have been on the outside, which I think is the main position the Packers need. We already have a couple slot guys, Randall Cobb. We got Amari Rodgers, who I'd assume will take some steps forward coming into his second season. And so it's definitely that outside receiver the Packers need, and probably honestly a couple of them with losing MVS as well as Davante Adams. And if we take a look at Brandin Cooks, over the past 3 seasons, he ranks in the top 10 in both yards per catch and reception yards. And he has also played in 14 games in all but his rookie season. So he hasn't struggled too much with injuries in his career. And if we take a look here at his stats, this is from PFF. As you can see, he's been a very, very consistent player since he entered the league in 2014. Obviously starting off there with Drew Brees, a couple 1,000-yard seasons. Went to New England for a season, had 1,000 yards, goes to LA for a couple of years, 1,200 yards, and then 500 the next year. In the past 2 seasons with Houston, 2020 with Deshaun Watson, 1,150 yards. Then last year with Davis Mills playing a lot, that rookie quarterback. I think also, was it Tyrod Taylor who was playing for the Texans as well for a little while? I can't remember. I never really watched the Texans too much, not too much to watch their last season. But he still had 1,037 yards even in that situation. So imagine Brandin Cooks with Aaron Rodgers. I think that would be a very, very good combination. As we know, Aaron Rodgers, he bolsters any talent that comes in, and considering Brandin Cooks has been a consistent talent for the past, 7, 8 years, I think that this would be a very good move for the Packers. I have seen that it looks like the Texans are looking for a second-round pick, which honestly, for Brandin Cooks and for the Packers' need right now, I wouldn't be opposed to the Packers sending a second-round pick for Brandin Cooks. The question also is, what would the contract look like? How much of a cap hit would he be? I'm pretty sure right now for the Texans, he's a $16 million cap hit. So I'm not sure if the Packers trade for him, if the entire cap would come onto the Packers cap. Maybe they could get the Texans to agree to pay some of it off, because I've seen there's been trades in the past where teams, pay off the player's cap hit. Like I think that happened with Von Miller, I think, when he came from Denver. I'm pretty sure the Broncos paid like almost all the salary, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe the Packers could get them to, bring the cap hit down so it could make sense for the Packers. But it is interesting to hear that the Packers are supposedly calling the Texans about Brandin Cooks. Who knows if it's true? It could be true. It could not be true, as I already said. But I just wanted to come in here, cover that, because I honestly would not be opposed to Brandin Cooks coming. There are lots of things that I would not be opposed to. There's so many receiver options out there. And I'm curious to see what Brian has up his sleeve, what Gutekunst is thinking right now. Who exactly knows? But that's pretty much it for right now. If you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe down below. We're getting pretty close to 18,000 subscribers, so I do appreciate everyone who's watching these videos, liking, commenting, all those things. I appreciate you guys a lot. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.